Hello students, myself Dr. Ranjita Sinha, Assistant Professor in the Department of Basic Science and Humanities, Physics Section, Asansol Engineering College, going to present the topic named Introduction to Statistical Mechanics, Phase Space and the Phase Space of Linear Harmonic Oscillator. Subject name is Physics 1, subject code is BSPH 101/201. This is according to MACOUT syllabus. It is in module 5 in statistical mechanics. My contact detail is ranjitaphy@aecwb.edu.in. Course outcome of module 5. After the completion of this module, the students will learn to understand the basic concept of statistical mechanics, and they will have a thorough knowledge of statistical mechanics and be able to apply this knowledge to discuss a variety of physical phenomena. In this lecture, let us first discuss the introduction of statistical mechanics. Statistical mechanics is also called statistical physics. Is concerned with understanding how the various macroscopic properties arise as a consequence of the microscopic nature of the system. Although general statement of thermodynamics can be formulated non-statistically, their application to specific cases always requires the use of statistical physics. Statistical approach can be applied only to such systems which contain a large number of individuals identical in some sense but are distinguishable by means of some property. The purpose of statistical mechanics is to provide special statistical or probability laws for the distribution of identical microscopic particles, that is atoms and molecules, of a macroscopic system in thermal equilibrium without considering the detailed calculation of position, velocity of individual particles, and to derive all equilibrium properties of the system. Suppose, for example, for 1 centimeter cube of gas under normal temperature and pressure, there are 2.7 into 10 to the power 19 molecules, and each molecule has 3 degrees of freedom. Then we need to set up 3 into 2.7 into 10 to the power 19 equations of motion for 1 centimeter cube of gas. Theoretically, some equations can be solved and the solutions would be in terms of mass, position, velocity and energy of each molecule, etc., and not in terms of thermodynamic variables such as pressure, entropy, etc. Thus, there is a gap between the results of classical mechanics and thermodynamics. Statistical mechanics provides the link between mechanical properties and thermodynamical properties of a system. In statistical mechanics, the properties and laws of motion of individual atoms, molecules and elementary particles are assumed to be known. If these laws are governed by the classical mechanics, we call it classical statistics, and if they are governed by the quantum mechanics, then we will call it as quantum statistics. Now, classical statistics was developed by Maxwell in the year of 1859 and then refined by Boltzmann, and hence correctly called Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. Classical statistics is applicable to a system of identical weakly interacting structureless and neutral particles. Such hypothetical particles are called bosons. Quantum particles are divided into two classes with one integral spin, that is NH cross, and are called the Bose particles or simply bosons, and other with half integral spin, that is N plus half H cross, and are called Fermi particles or simply fermions. Bose statistics was refined by Einstein and hence called Bose-Einstein or BE statistics. And Fermi statistics was refined by Dirac and hence called Fermi-Dirac or FD statistics. Now this is the chart. This is statistical mechanics. It is first classified into two, that is classical statistics and quantum statistics. In classical statistics, we are getting Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics and the particle obeying Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, that is known as bosons. And this is quantum statistics. And here this is Bose-Einstein statistics and Fermi-Dirac statistics. Bose-Einstein statistics is known as BE statistics. Fermi-Dirac statistics is known as FD statistics. The particles obeying the Bose-Einstein statistics are known as bosons, and the particles obeying the Fermi-Dirac statistics are known as fermion. Concept of energy level and energy states. A quantum system or particle that is bound, confined spatially, can only take on certain discrete values of energy as opposed to classical mechanics, which can have any energy. These are called energy levels. The term is commonly used for energy levels of electrons in atoms and molecules, which are bound by the electric field of the nucleus. The energy spectrum of a system with energy levels is said to be quantized. Energy levels are said to be degenerate if the same energy level is obtained by more than one quantum mechanical state. They are then called degenerate energy levels. There may be several energy states corresponding to the same energy. So these are the concepts of energy level, energy states and the degenerate energy level. In this slide, I am discussing phase space of n particles. Now, I am considering here, that is, let us consider a system having n number of particles in volume V. If the system remains in static condition, all the particles will remain fixed in space and will require 3n position coordinates, that is Q1, Q2, Q3 for the complete description of the system. Now for a dynamical system, the state is determined when we know the details of its motion. Hence, it is fully specified at a particular time by a certain number of generalized coordinate Qi and generalized momenta Pi. So, for dynamical conditions, we need position and momentum coordinates both in terms of generalized coordinate and generalized momenta. So, the system will be described by 6n number of equations. So, here 6n number of equations are needed. Now, since n is very large, the number of equations are very large in number. So, the description of macro system in terms of the microsystem is complicated one. To avoid the complicacy, let us construct a 6n dimensional space known as phase space, and a point in this space will correspond to Q1, Q2, Q3n position coordinates and P1, P2 up to P3n momentum coordinates. Now, if the representative point in this space at any instant of time describes the nature and behavior of the system as a whole, then we designate the system as gamma phase space. Here gamma stands for gas. On the other hand, if the representative point describes the motion of a single particle contained in a system, then that phase space is designated as mu phase space. Now I am coming to the definition of phase space. So to describe the position and the state of motion of a particle, it is required to set up a 6-dimensional space in which a point has 6 coordinates, that is x, y, z position coordinates and px, py, pz momentum coordinates along 6 mutually perpendicular axes in space. A point in this space describes both the position and momentum of the particle at some particular instant. This combined position and momentum space is called the phase space. So this is the phase space is the position momentum space. Position space means there are position coordinates and momentum space there are momentum coordinates. Now in this slide I am discussing the phase space of a simple harmonic oscillator. For a one-dimensional simple harmonic oscillator of mass m and spring constant k, the total energy at any instant for the displacement x from the equilibrium position is E equal to half m x dot square plus half k x square. We can write this as px square by 2m plus half k x square, where px is the momentum of linear harmonic oscillator and px equal to mx dot. So x dot is the velocity. So we know momentum equal to mv. So m into v, that is x dot. So px equal to m into x dot. So we can write this expression of energy E equal to px square by 2m plus half k x square. So just rewriting the same expression in this way. So px square by 2me plus x square by 2e by k, that is equal to 1. So just rewriting this expression in this way. So this equation, it is the equation of an ellipse. So the phase space is 2-dimensional and the x-px plane form curve known as phase trajectory. So this is the equation for the phase equation for the simple harmonic oscillator, and this forms the equation of an ellipse. And here the phase space is 2-dimensional. So the phase trajectory of a simple harmonic oscillator is an ellipse with semi-major axis and the semi-minor axis given as root over 2e by k and root over 2me respectively. So here this is the figure, that is the phase space px of a simple harmonic oscillator. So the position coordinate, that is x, and the momentum coordinate, that is px. So it is 2-dimensional. Now here, so x px, here it is the ellipse, and 2e by k, this is the semi-major axis, and root over 2me, that is the semi-minor axis. So the phase trajectory of a simple harmonic oscillator is an ellipse with semi-major axis root over 2e by k and semi-minor axis to root over 2me respectively. I am ending my today's lecture here, but before this is the summary of my lecture, today's lecture. I have started statistical mechanics today. Now the first one is applicability of statistical mechanics. Just I want to explain this again. That is, what is the applicability of statistical mechanics? So for example, if we want to know the actual description of motion of a gaseous system confined in a box and containing 10 to the power 23 molecules per cc with 3 degrees of freedom, then for each molecule under normal temperature and pressure, we have to solve 3 into 10 to the power 23 equations of motion. So this is very tough. In this case, thermodynamics helps us to solve number of specific problems without having any knowledge of atomic and molecular structure of the system. Here we are not considering detailed calculation of position, velocity of individual particles. Instead of observing this physical parameter of each particle, we only use some variables such as temperature, pressure, volume and number of moles for specifying the physical properties of the system. But the results of thermodynamical method cannot give us any information about the process which arises due to atomic and molecular structure, and do not explain why a particular substance has certain properties. Even it cannot provide a complete link between the position, velocity, energy of each molecule and their thermodynamic variables such as pressure, temperature, entropy, etc. Under such circumstances, statistical mechanics are applied. Now, the statistical mechanics we can apply in this case. So, this mechanics develops a relation between the macroscopic behavior of the system in terms of the microscopic behavior. Statistical mechanics may be classified into two types, that is classical statistics and quantum statistics. Classical statistics, that is Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, and quantum statistics, that is Fermi-Dirac statistics and Bose-Einstein statistics. Today I have also discussed the concept of energy level and energy states. And at last, I have also discussed the concept of phase space. So what is the definition of phase space that I have discussed? Actually, this is 6n-dimensional space where there are 3 position coordinates and 3 momentum coordinates. So the concept of phase space I have discussed with the phase space of linear harmonic oscillator. So this is the summary of today's lecture. Now these are the reference books. Students can follow these books for this chapter, that is statistical mechanics, thermodynamics and statistical mechanics, P.T. Landsberg, Oxford University Press. Fundamentals of Statistical and Thermal Physics, Riff, McGraw-Hill. Statistical Mechanics, the Theory of the Properties of Matter in Equilibrium, R.H. Fowler, Cambridge University Press. Statistical Mechanics, Ma Sang Keng, Singapore, World Scientific. ISBN number is this. So these are very good books. Students can follow these books for statistical mechanics. Thank you very much for listening my lecture. If any student has any query, then contact to my official email ID, which is given in the first slide. That is ranjai.phy@aecwb.edu.in. In the next lecture, I will discuss about the density of states and also the concept of microstate, macrostate and thermodynamic probability. Thank you very much again for listening my lecture.